Okay, please don't hate me for this next one. Hey fellow fiction fanatics, I'm Chase. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the intimidating TBR tag. I couldn't find the original video, but I recently saw Reagan from Peru's project do this tag, so I'll link her video down below. Alright, let's get into it. The first question is, what book have you not been able to finish or took you the longest to get through? So a book that took me far longer to get through than I originally anticipated was The Toll by Neal Shusterman. I really enjoyed this conclusion to the trilogy, but for some reason it took me far longer to get through than I originally anticipated. The next questions are a series of, I have not read this book because blank. So the first one is, I haven't read this book because I haven't had the time. And for that I'm going to go with Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I just haven't had the time to read this. I do really want to get to this book, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. But I definitely plan on reading this book this year. The next one is, I haven't read this book because it's a sequel, and for that I'm going with The Tyrant's Tomb by Rick Riordan, which is the fourth book in the Trials of Apollo series. The third one left me with a book hangover and I'm still in shock by everything that happened, so I'm working my way back towards reading this book. Since the last book is coming out later on this year, I've started rereading the whole series again, so I will eventually get to this one this year and be able to read the whole series. So the next one is, I haven't read this book because it's brand new. So this book isn't brand new, but I haven't got to it because it's newer to my list, I would say, and that is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I read The Night Circus last year and I really enjoyed it, and so I'm excited to get to The Starless Sea, but I just haven't yet. Okay, please don't hate me for this next one. I have not read this book because I read another book by the author and I didn't like it as much, and that is The Lord of the Rings. I want to read this series, I do, but I'm worried that I won't like it, and that's probably one reason I haven't. It's because I read The Hobbit, and I didn't hate The Hobbit. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I had hoped. It sort of drudged along for a while, and I think that's just kind of the era of those books, and that's why I'm worried I won't like them as much, but I'm really hoping I will. So eventually I'll get to The Lord of the Rings, but I haven't read it yet. The next question is, I've not read this book because I'm not in the mood for it. So for that I'm going to go with Furyborn by Claire Legrand. I picked this book up a while ago and I just haven't got to it. I really liked the premise when I got it, but for some reason I just haven't wanted to read it since, and I will get to it eventually, but just not right now. I have not read this book because it's humongous, and that would be The Way of Kings. I haven't read any Brandon Sanderson yet, but I really hope to remedy that. I'm going to work my way up to The Way of Kings because I just haven't really gotten to the 1,000-page books yet. I'm intimidated by them, but I'm excited to get to them. I will eventually, but I don't think I'm ready for it just yet though. So the next one is, I have not read this book because it's a cover by and I've heard mixed reviews about it. So I don't personally own this book. I think the cover's great and I think the premise is really cool, but again, it's just really big and I've heard mixed things about it, and that's The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I would like to eventually get to this book, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. And the last question is, what is the most intimidating book on your TBR? So besides the ones I've already listed, I'm gonna have to go with The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. It's set in World War II, so I know it's gonna be sad. The narrator is death, which scares me, and this is a beloved book. I want to love it as much as everyone else has, and I'm worried that I won't. And the fact that it's quite long also intimidates me. So for all these reasons, I'm intimidated by it. I will eventually read it, but we'll see how long it actually takes me. So that's all the questions for the intimidating TBR tag. I'd love for you to tell me some books that you're intimidated by, and if you've read these books, help me to get over being intimidated by these books. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to share the love. I'll see you next time. Bye!